movies, athletics, whatever. And when they spend their money to come watch us, we want to have a good time with them and send them home with a win.
Yeah, one of those newbies we just talked to, Montana. She's been a stud so far. We knew that was coming, but kind of tell us about what she's been able to do so far for Alabama.
Well, it's been unbelievable, and to tell you the truth, no matter how many accolades they get, you just never know what they're going to do until they get here, because you got 38,000 that's college or away from home for the first time, and you hope and pray that they stay on track. But she has just been terrific, and I think I've told you this before, but she's the hardest working pitcher we've ever had after only 6 months being here. She does stuff on her own all the time. I think one of the things that we need to watch out is she can't do too much, and I might have to say, that's enough, because there's only so many pitches in an arm. You don't want to, burn her out too soon, because she does throw 68 to 70 miles an hour. But the win over Arizona was one of the best we've ever had. It's the first time we've beaten them there. They had a junior-senior lineup, and for a freshman to go out there in Tucson, brand new stadium, top 10 team, and give up one unearned run, don't walk anybody, was pretty special to watch.
Tell me about the level of competition you'll be up against this weekend. Minnesota coming in as a team you guys have seen in the postseason several years now.
Their coaching staff does a great job. They're one of the top, probably 2 or 3 teams in the Big Ten this year. They have a junior pitcher that's very, very good. They have a lefty pitcher that's good. They have several kids left over from that team that was here 2 years ago for regional finals. I'm sure they remember all that. But Missouri State is a team in the Missouri Valley who's a very good softball league, kind of underrated in my opinion, but they've already got a top 25 win under their belt. And then we have our former catcher, Molly Fichtner, coming back with her team, Louisiana Monroe, who, she's building a new culture there, building a tradition, and it's just going to be fun to see her play against her. We're really proud of her.
Yeah, tell me about some keys that you have for your girls this weekend, whether it's more defensively and offensively, whatever it is. What do they need to focus on?
I still think, we talked about the 1-2 count a little bit with the pitchers and the catchers, and when we have somebody, we're heading the count and it's 1 and 2, that next pitch, that needs to be the decider. They need to get the person out on 4 pitches, and a couple 1-2 pitches weren't so good, and then the 2-2 was not so good, and then all of a sudden now we have full count, and then the batter knows, she probably has to come with a strike. So hopefully, and 1 and 2, it's all in the pitcher's hands. The hitter is very defensive at that point. So I think the 1-2 count can be better. I think as a our batters, we're taking too many good 3-1 pitches, and especially with runners in scoring position, we need to do a better job of that. If it's over the middle of the plate, we need to take advantage of the pitch.
Lastly, what about a message to the Alabama fans, whether we hear or not, that will amp them up kind of as you guys are going to now start your home games this year?
Well, some of the cool things is we got 7 new uniforms, so everybody gets to see a brand new uniform. The 7 kids that are new, they're going to be nervous. I just hope that our crowd stays, respectful to both sides. And I think that's one of the traditions that our program is. We clap for both sides, whether it's a good play or whatever it might be. But they're very knowledgeable softball fans. And I think you could tell a little difference in our crowd in Arizona. Our crowd is into it all the time, whether we do good or, something good happens for the other team. They appreciate good effort. We've sold almost 500, I think, Brickyard season tickets. So last year we were about 700. So we've got a ways to go to beat that record. But hopefully we'll have better weather than what we've seen this week. Hopefully we get to play.
Yes, thank you.
About Montana, no walks for the first 2 weeks of the season. Talk about her command around the plate with her pitches, but also, especially for a freshman, her poise out there in the circle.
Unbelievable. The Troy coach, Beth Mullins, had told me after the one game, she watched the film and she goes, Murph, she was impressive. Her pitch location is what she was talking about mainly. And, there was a couple 3-1 counts, full counts that she hit in Arizona, but she comes back. And the key to her, though, she's not going to throw it right over the middle. She's still going to get a quality strike. And most of the time, they either popped up or grounded out. She has some strikeouts, but she's just in and around the zone a lot. And, when you throw 70, if you're hitting the black consistently, the umpire is going to say, she knows what she's doing. I'm going to give her that corner because she has hit it 5 times in a row. if you're over here, you're over here, you're over here, you're up, down. He's not going to do that because he's probably thinking this kid is wild as heck. But with her, he knows that she's consistently hitting that spot. And I think an umpire appreciates that. And if she hits it 2 times in a row, he's going to say, dang, I'm going to give it to her the next time. So as long as she's in and around the zone on the right side of the plate, not over the middle, but on the black, she's going to do fine.
And then talk about, Bailey struggled a little bit, especially to start the tournament, but really had a hot finish and a great finish. Just kind of talk about that last performance on Sunday.
It took her birthday to get her out of it, because it was her birthday on Sunday. She turned 21, and she had a double, I think, with the bases loaded, and then 2 home runs, and they were absolutely no doubters. And her mom texted me later and said, "Man, if it takes her birthday to get her out of her little slump." But she can do that every single game. The Arizona girl was a very, very good pitcher. We faced 2 lefties. We faced the Arizona and the New Mexico kid. She was good. South Florida had a good pitcher. You just cannot score 8 runs a game against quality pitching all the time. Somebody's going to get you, and you got to play defense and pitch. And against New Mexico, Sarah and Crystal were awesome. And they won the game for us. South Florida, again, Montana did a great job. And when the other team doesn't score, we never lose.
So winning 5 games basically on the other side of the country, what, especially for your younger players, but for your team in general, what type of a weekend like that can that do for your team for the rest of the year?
Well, I had Shelly Laird, who's probably somewhere behind me on the wall. She's an All-American pitcher from 98 to 2001, the first kid that took us to the World Series. But she emailed me this morning and she said, "Hey, make sure the girls realize the significance of the win over Arizona," because she tried a couple times and didn't get it done. But she said that's a heck of a good feat. And so I'm going to relay that message today. But I think everybody was very excited. We had a huge alumni chapter present for most of the games. We had a little Yay Alabama tailgate party after the win over Arizona. All of them came out and sang the fight song with us, and it was fun. They controlled the outfield crowd for sure.